Today, I'm going to be revealing how you can get up to $30,000 for free if you live in New Zealand. I've tried to make all the information in this video so that way pretty much any New Zealander is capable of accessing this $30,000 at some point in their life. And although you might not be able to capitalize on this $30,000 right now, I think that is really helpful knowing all of this information for your future. Plus, there is a really good chance that you'll be able to get some free money today that you didn't know about. So the first and probably best way you can accumulate free money as a New Zealander is through KiwiSaver. And I'm sure most people watching this video are probably well aware of KiwiSaver and what it is. And if you do know what it is, I'd still recommend listening to what I have to say about it because the scenario I'm about to share is actually quite amusing, I think. And if you're one of those people that actually don't know what KiwiSaver is, essentially what it is a savings scheme that's been set up by the government to help New Zealanders save for retirement and their first house. So as I said before, I'm going to be giving like a scenario or a real life example that is so simple that anyone can understand. So the average yearly income in New Zealand is currently $57,000 per year. However, for the scenario, I'm going to be sharing a figure that any New Zealander is essentially capable of making, which is $40,000 per year. So to break that down, if you work full time for 40 hours a week for 48 weeks of the year, you just need to be earning $20 an hour, which is the minimum wage in New Zealand, to be earning 40k in a year. So as I said, this figure is literally capable by anyone. And for this scenario, I'm going to make the assumption that this person that earns 40k a year contributes 3% of their income towards their KiwiSaver. And that means you would personally contribute $1,200 per year into your KiwiSaver. And one of, if not the biggest advantages of having a KiwiSaver is that your employer has to match your personal KiwiSaver contributions up to 3%. And that means the place that you work at also has to contribute $1,200 to your KiwiSaver, which means you're essentially getting free money. However, there are some people out there that aren't actually employed, like me, for example, because at the moment I'm working for myself as a contractor. I'm not employed by someone, I'm self-employed. So for people like me, and another additional way you can make money into your KiwiSaver, if you personally contribute $1,042 into your KiwiSaver from the time frame of the 1st of July to the 30th of June, you can receive $521 for free from the government, because the government is prepared to give you 50 cents for every dollar you contribute up to $1,042. So personally, what I did last year when I was self-employed during that time frame is I just contributed that $1,042 in a lump sum just at the end of June, just so that way I'd get that free $521 into my KiwiSaver. But if you are employed and making that $40,000 per year figure, as we said in the scenario, you won't need to personally contribute any additional money, because throughout that time frame, you would have personally contributed $1,200 to your KiwiSaver, which is over the limit of $1,042. So if you follow all of this and you do have a KiwiSaver, you could be entitled to between $521 and $1,721 in free money if you have a KiwiSaver. And if we were just to make the assumption that maybe you contributed to your KiwiSaver for maybe a 10-year time frame, and this is also assuming that your income doesn't change and inflation doesn't occur at all, you could probably expect to get between $5,000 and $17,000 for free if you had a KiwiSaver. The next thing I'm going to be discussing is the Kainga Order House Grant. And this grant has been created just to assist Kiwis buying their first home. So on the screen here, I'll be leaving the criteria, and this will just show you if you're eligible for the grant or not. And even if you're not in the market or currently can't afford a house like me and most other people, following the grant's criteria through your teenage years and early 20s could make you a lot in free money. Because if you do eventually buy an existing home, you can get up to $5,000 for free from the house grant. And if you were to buy a new built home and follow the criteria correctly, you could get up to $10,000. I'd highly recommend checking out the website too, just so you can see the criteria and learn everything about it. The next thing I'm going to be discussing is fees free. And I get most people are probably familiar with fees free if you're from New Zealand and how it works and stuff. However, I really think that most Kiwis just don't utilize their fees free money. And if you are unfamiliar with fees free, what it is and how it works and stuff, essentially what it is a government policy that's being created just to help assist Kiwis fund their first year of tertiary or university equivalent education up to $12,000. And you might be thinking right now, like, university isn't for me. I'm never going to use that money. Like, there's no need for it for me. However, I do want to share my personal circumstance with you and show you how I utilize my fees-free money that I was entitled to. So I'm 21. I haven't been to university in New Zealand, and quite frankly, I've never really wanted to, but I do know and understand that acquiring skills is pretty much the only way that I can increase my income, right? And typically the only way you can really acquire skills is through things like classes, courses, or maybe other variations of education, right? And fortunately in New Zealand, we do have kind of some good like online classes or some other alternatives to full-time university. For example, Open Polytechnic. You can study part-time, do it when you want to, and pretty much everything is fully online. And personally right now, I'm actually going through the process to get the adequate qualifications to become a financial advisor. And to be honest, I don't even necessarily want to be like a traditional financial advisor or anything. However, I would quite like to acquire the skills that a financial advisor has, because in knowing everything that goes into being a financial advisor, I'm pretty confident my income will increase. And in order for me to get the like adequate qualifications to go through my financial services certificate on Open Polytechnic, I need to pay about $2,000. And like me, if you're eligible for fees free, you don't have to pay for it, right? And yeah, you don't need to necessarily do the financial services certificate. There are so many other things you could do that interests you and help increase your income. For example, I did register for the real estate salesperson course on Open Polytechnic. However, I didn't really think it was for me, so I ended up not going through with it. That's okay, because I did learn some things and it didn't cost me any money. So yeah, I'd highly recommend like checking out Open Polytechnic or maybe even some other alternatives, because there's tons of online classes you can do. And yeah, you might be able to do them for free and learn some pretty valuable information. And yeah, I'd also recommend looking through like the fees-free and StudyLink site to see if you're eligible for like $12,000 worth of free study. The next thing I'm going to be discussing is the electric vehicle rebate that's in place right now. So New Zealand is trying to incentivize more people to buy electric vehicles. And yeah, I think we all understand why it's better for the environment and everything like that. At least that's what they say anyway. You can get a rebate or compensation for buying that vehicle because it's better for the environment. So for example, if you bought a new electric vehicle and you can prove it to the New Zealand Transport Agency that you've registered it and you bought the car and stuff like that, you can get $8,625 transferred to your bank account. However, currently the rebate's expiration is the 31st of March 2022. So it's very likely on the 31st of March that these rebate figures could change or maybe even disappear. However, I do think it's very likely that they'll keep some sort of incentive or compensation for buying an electric vehicle in New Zealand. And although it might not be like $8,625 if you buy a new electric vehicle, it could be something like maybe $5,000, or even it could be more. It could be like $10,000. And I also understand that most people can't afford an electric vehicle right now. I totally get that. However, I'm actually going to be making a video very soon explaining why I'm going to be buying a Tesla in the near future and why I think it's a smart financial decision. And I've also made a commitment that if this channel does become monetized or reaches 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to be trying to attempt to buy a Tesla at that point in time. So if that's something you'd like to see, feel free to subscribe. The next thing I'm discussing is cashback rewards. And there are a few different ways you can get these cashback rewards. The most common and like traditional option is probably through credit cards. And I'm personally not going to be recommending any specific credit cards in this video, because I know that if I was to recommend something, there's a pretty high chance that people watching this video could get that specific credit card, and therefore I could technically be responsible for somebody losing money if they didn't use the credit card correctly. And yeah, I don't want that at all, so I'm not going to be recommending a specific credit or debit card. However, I will leave a link to this free resource on MoneyHub where you can compare different credit cards that you can get in New Zealand. Again though, just make sure if you are going to get a credit card, it's really important you know how they work and how to use them correctly, and you also understand the implications of getting one. However, I will say though that in New Zealand, there actually are some credit and even debit cards you can get that give you 1 to 2% cashback on everything that you buy. Which means if you were to spend maybe $20,000 within a year, for example, you could essentially get $200 to $400 for free from those cashback rewards. And that's obviously a much better alternative than getting $0 from a card that doesn't give you any rewards. And again, similar to KiwiSaver, these cashback rewards is actually something you can claim every single year, not just one time. So if you were to do this over a 10-year time frame, then you could actually get between $2,000 and $4,000 for free just from these cashback rewards. And that's not even considering if your income or your lifestyle was to increase, and also if inflation didn't occur. So there's actually a much higher chance that you'd be able to generate a lot more than between $2,000 and $4,000 from doing this. And you can actually take advantage of other things like flybys, for example. And until quite recently, I thought these types of cards were actually pretty useless. I've discovered that sometimes these cards actually have insane promotion. For example, a couple of weeks ago, there was a promotion on flybys that if you sign up to Disney Plus, you get 300 flybys points. And because of that like flybys promotion or whatever, the Disney Plus subscription actually only cost me $1.99 for my first month. And obviously you could cancel the following month too, so you wouldn't need to pay like the original price of $12.99 a month for the Disney Plus subscription. And something you can do with your flybys is dedicate them to where you would like to go. So you have a few different options. You can dedicate them to go towards like the flyby store, or you can dedicate it to discounts on gas or at New World supermarkets. So my flybys rewards are dedicated towards gas just because I drive a lot for like Uber and stuff. And because you can get 3 cents off per liter for every 4 flybys points that you accumulate, that means from this Disney Channel promotion, I was eligible to $2.25 off per liter the next time I wanted to use my flybys rewards. And 50 liters worth of gas at the price of $2.25 per liter is $112.50. So from spending $1.99 on that Disney Plus promotion, I was pretty much able to like get 100x return on my money. And unfortunately that flybys or Disney Plus promotion has expired now. But yeah, it just goes to show how much money you can truly make from cashback rewards. And the last thing I'm going to be sharing in this video on how you can make some free money is through sign-up bonuses. And personally, I'm only going to be recommending the ones that I've actually used myself and I'd recommend to other people. So the first couple sign-up bonuses I'm going to be sharing are related to delivery driving. I'm editing the video now, and originally I was going to share the sign-up bonuses for both Deliver Easy and Minulog. And after doing a bit of research, I could only find some sign-up bonuses for Deliver Easy. And to be honest, to get the sign-up bonus requires quite a bit of work, so I'm just going to leave them out the video. And if you have your full license, you can sign sign up to Uber Eats, and once you do your first 30 orders, you can get the $500 sign up bonus. And if you really wanted to, you could complete the sign up bonus within 10 hours or a day if you wanted to. And my average hourly rate for Uber Eats when I'm working or when I'm online is about $30 an hour. And if you are contemplating signing up for any of these delivery driver platforms and you don't know anybody that currently delivery drives for them, I'll leave my referral links in the description. That just means that I get some compensation if I'm responsible for signing you up. And there are some stock and crypto brokerages or platforms that you can use and get free sign up bonuses as well. For example, on Coinbase, I think I've received like $30 US worth of crypto just from completing various quizzes and learnings from different crypto projects. And I think you can get $5 New Zealand for free when you sign up to Sharesies. I also think you can get some free money when you sign up to crypto.com. All you need to do is just verify yourself. And I think you get $25 US worth of the crypto.com token. And with this money you get for free, you could technically sell it or withdraw it into New Zealand dollar or your bank account. And additionally, there are some platforms out there when you deposit or contribute some money to their platform, they'll give you some free money too. And some examples that I've done personally and got the sign up bonus from are Stake, Hatch, and Celsius. With Stake, you can get a free stock when you contribute $50 US. However, if you are trying to just get the value of getting a free stock and then just withdraw your money straight after, there is a possibility you could technically lose money just because of the withdrawal fees on Stake, so just keep that in mind. With Hatch, you get $20 New Zealand when you contribute $100 to your account. And with Celsius, the first $400 US worth you put into your account, you get $50 US worth of Bitcoin. And there are some really good YouTube videos about all these different platforms. So if you would like to learn more about them, I'd recommend checking them out. And if you are going to be signing up to any of these platforms, I will leave my referral links in the description again. And if I did miss anything and you know some other ways of making some free money in New Zealand, feel free to let me and other people know in the comments below. And now that you know some free ways to make money, you also might want to see how much I make as a delivery driver in these videos right here.